This presentation supports AS 90379, demonstrate understanding of how internal factors interact within a business that operates in a global context. Today we're looking at quality management with the idea of covering the following, which is to understand the importance of quality management and essentially the difference between quality assurance and quality management. Okay, so quality plays a very important role in an organisation. Important because it gives an indication as to its reputation of the organisation. It gives an indication as to profit levels. It gives an indication as to reliability of an organisation. And it's one of those sort of unseen things that enhances the reputation of an organisation. If they can back it with quality, can be very effective. So the methods that there are to check quality, there are a lot of different ways in which we can do it. Now we can, for ease of just sort of understanding and interpreting some of the information, what we need to understand is that effectively there's two ways. Now quality control is probably the way in which you detect issues in quality after the product has been finished, the service has been finished. It's quite an old-fashioned approach these days because you're very much looking at fixing something once it's been damaged. Okay, so you're there in terms of quality control. You're detecting where the problems are, you're measuring the issues, and then hopefully being able to adapt it and changing it to create something which has the level of quality that you or the organisation desires. So it's as if quality control is like fixing it, okay? Whereas quality assurance is more like stopping quality issues occurring from the source. So it's so the two things, they're not exclusive to each other. They can be used together. They can be used interchangeably. But quality assurance is very much a wider concept which doesn't just focus on the product or the final end, the final end process. Okay, what quality assurance can cover is a number of different things. So they can look at the technical requirements of inputs and the outputs. So not just looking at what's produced, but also what's coming in. What's the quality like of the resources, the raw materials that are coming in. They can go through certification and rating of different suppliers. Okay, they can test the suppliers against specific standards that they've done. They can receive, they can storage, they can issue specific types of material. They can audit the whole of their process. And in that, they can review and change the process where required and audit of any sort of final output. Okay, so quality assurance is that looking at the whole process, and once again, it's not just looking from a production point of view. It's looking at the whole way in which the organisation adapts itself to maintain levels of quality. So this is relevant. The relevance in business. Okay, quality control may stop the production process because you're taking off those sort of parts to look at what's happened, and if the issue in quality has already occurred, it might have to be stopped and rejigged effectively, and in doing that it can be very costly. Whereas assurance hopefully flows with the process and operations of the businesses, and it's all about tweaking here, tweaking there, reflecting what's improving, how you get that. A little bit like innovation, those little small steps into innovation, small steps into maintaining that innovative quality. So it flows with the process, and it no need to necessarily stop the whole process. And in doing that, as the process is occurring, you can build in little by little processes or methods of recycling, okay, methods of adaptation, methods of training, all to do with maintaining quality. So traditionally, when you look at quality assurance methods, this always comes down to specific Japanese methods that were outlined and as part of their success post-war. And one of these ones which has been adapted by a lot of organisations is the Kaizen. Now there's other methods, but Kaizen's always the one that stands out. So that's the whole idea of the belief of continuous improvement. It doesn't just stop, and the involvement of people at the coalface, the people who are actually implementing, doing those jobs, who are there to discuss, the best placed people to discuss quality issues and how it can be improved. Likewise, the belief of lean production, the elimination of waste, okay, wherever possible, and that also introduces the concept of time as a wasted resource. To manage your assets efficiently, so you're not spending time walking from one to another. Okay, way back when Henry Ford did this and he invented the production line, this was something that he identified. The concept of time was a resource. And total quality management, TQM, every employee concerned with quality, from the cleaner to the CEO, everyone in their area of expertise in the hierarchy of the organisation, they are concerned with the quality that they are producing. So therefore you start employing the whole method of quality circles, of having groups of employees together to discuss improving quality. And this very often is those steps towards creating a quality-focused organisational culture. So the whole idea of all these methods, reducing costs, increasing efficiency, and overall making the business more competitive and striving towards achieving its goals.